Hello everyone, Tides of Torment and Update 7.0 are Creative Assembly's latest major releases, offering major additions to Slaanesh, Norska, and finally the Hiles. But that's not all, as units from these factions will also benefit a host of others, alongside a host of reworks and updates to bring new life to a load of new factions in-game. For this video, Creative Assembly reached out and asked me, "Hey, you cover this game a lot, would you like to do a video on that?" And I said sure, then they decided to sponsor it. So, yeah, this video is sponsored by Creative Assembly. Without further ado, let's begin. Let's start off with Norska. The brand new legendary lord is Sail the Faithless. He can be found in a brand new location in the map, extending the reaches of the Northern Chaos Wastes with 4 brand new settlements. It's definitely going to get rather dangerous for Grand Cafe. A rather famous character from the Tamokan book of the Thrones of Chaos, his campaign is focused around manipulations. You can buff your armies, debuff your enemies, and even cause massive civil strife. But be careful, as these manipulations can draw the ire of not only rivals, but the Chaos Gods themselves. Joining him is a brand new legendary hero, Bertsche, a rather famous pick from the Dogs of War era back in the day. Very fun character. He excels at protecting your spellcaster lords, but he's also very good at ripping apart the enemy. And a host of new units have been added in to benefit your Norskan factions. Not only does Norska finally have sorcerer lords, there's a new familiar generic hero in the form of the Noble, a bunch of Kurgan warriors, which I'm very surprised about, Bearmen fighters, the Chimera finally makes an appearance, the Dreadmore, a incredibly left field that even surprised me, and one of the most gruesome units ever added into the history of Warhammer Fantasy, the Etin, finally comes to play. These units will pair nicely with everything already available to you with Norska, and will fill out your roster to give you more choices and more ways to fill out your ranks. But that's not all. A Norska DLC means finally a Norska rework, where it is very extensive. The tech tree has been dramatically updated to provide you a real large Norska experience. Norskan settlements have received a major overhaul, allowing you to get much stronger units earlier in campaign. This is through the introduction of the brand new spoil system. So, for example, a tier 4 building can actually be picked up in tier 3, allowing you to pick up a lot of Marauder champions really fast. True to your Norskan heritage, you're incentivized to pillage and raise now, taking the spoils back to your base camps and allowing yourself to get your large upgrades. Your spoils will also allow you to build up in locations where you normally wouldn't as a Norskan. Monster hunts have been completely rebuilt, where there's now different classifications where you'll be able to pick up not only powerful units and powerful items, but a host of spoils and also large amounts of treasury, so you can build up more and more mammoth doom stacks. Chaos Altars have been completely reworked to be pseudo-settlements, and since you can dedicate them to the Dark Gods, you'll also be able to pick up units from the Dark Gods too. So yes, that does mean Norska with some Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh, for example, alongside some Spawn. Not only that, but a host of skill lines were added into many of the generic characters for Norska, so they can be brought in line with Game 3. Wulfric and Frog also were part of this update, giving them full faction and lord effects, which is fantastic. They feel much better now, and were granted their own unique mechanics to allow them to feel like real legendary lords. With Wulfric, you'll be able to relive his novel by using Seafang. Yes, his fabled ship will now allow him to teleport across the map using ports. This is a pretty good way of launching invasions to unsuspecting factions. Frog has been provided with a brand new mechanic, allowing him not only to summon in the monstrous horde, but get faction-wide powerful buffs to reduce the upkeep and also increase the capabilities of your trolls. Not only that, trolls can be recruited at turn 1 for him, and you have new buildings to focus around your troll kingdom. The character has been turned from a meme who eats his enemies into an actual king of the monsters. Takala the Denied One is the brand new legendary lord for Slaanesh, introducing a Chaos Dwarf level campaign. Starting off in the Cathayan hinterlands and using thralls as a main resource, you've got 3 different types of settlements. You're able to build up a massive amount of pleasure palaces, which will allow for faction-wide bonuses, alongside making her the terror of the Cathayan South. She's got an incredible amount of new mechanics, which all synergize together, leading to one of the most structured campaigns in Total War Warhammer 3. As expected, a host of new units have been added in, including the Devotees of Slaanesh, Dark Elves serving the Dark Prince of Pleasure, Champions of Slaanesh acting as a brand new unit. These are your Slaaneshi versions of your aspiring champions. Slangors, which yes, the Beastmen will also take advantage of. Don't worry, there's a lot for them. Pleasure Seekers, an iconic unit from the Storm of Chaos, finally makes its way to Total War Warhammer. And of course the Praeton, a single entity flying monster, one of the coolest monsters from the Forge World era of Games Workshop, finally making its way in game. Also available to the Beastmen. But that's not all. Slaanesh takes advantage of not only one new generic Lord option, but also 2 new heroes. And also a brand new mount option. So you've got the Exalted Hero of Slaanesh. This is your melee focused hero. The Druchii Anointed is a minor spellcaster, but very, very powerful on the field also. And the Chaos Sorcerer Lord comes in to provide a lot of magical support. But it wouldn't be enough, right? We've got a brand new mount. The Demonic Mount for Slaanesh comes in finally after many, many years of waiting. I've got one of my favorite mount options. Your legendary hero is Stirkar, one of the more popular characters from back in the day. You'll be able to pick him up and boost up Marauders of Slaanesh to be very devastating in combat. Not only that, but we do have a brand new free legendary lord arriving alongside this brand new update. The Mask of Slaanesh will be found in Northern Lustria, and her campaign focuses around dancing, as you can imagine. Picking up tempo and building up different dances with all of your armies in that faction to get some powerful bonuses. There are so many different types that all of your lords can effectively have completely unique dancers on the field, so you can tailor your armies and now get them even stronger. Slaanesh as a whole also got quite a lot of updates, including brand new tech trees and a restructure of the settlement system for buildings to keep it in line with the rest of the mono-god factions. Now you can dedicate them to be focused around mortals or demons. Skill lines were updated for all your characters to now allow them to be online with all the monogods once again. And the biggest change here is Nakari finally has a unique mechanic. Suck on that Scarbrand, where you'll be able to convert lords, but not legendary lords, into chaos lords and also part of their army, so you'll be able to get reinforcements really quickly onto the field. Like a turn 2 chaos lord with some chaos warriors. It's going to be a very fun time in Ulf 1. Sea Lord Aisling is the brand new faction for the High Elves, taking the Lothan Sea Patrol, once again from 6th edition, god what a good edition that was, into the game. This is a very different faction to most, as you won't be outright empire building, instead you'll be helping out the other Asur, giving them settlements to get dedication from. This will allow you not only to build up outposts, but get powerful upgrades for your dragon ships, as you won't be building up your empire, instead focusing around patrolling the seas, establishing colonies, and also dealing with some pirates. The roster additions for the High Elves are quite themed on the Sea Patrol, as you can imagine, with the Mist Mage coming in, a brand new spell lore available there to you. The Sea Helm is a generic Lord option, providing you with a defensive anti-large Lord. Ship's Company for a very early melee unit with sword and board. Lothan Skycutters coming in 2 flavors, one with bowman and the other with a bolt thrower. Yes, the Skycutter is a mount option for a lot of your brand new characters too. The Oceanists are coming in as a large monstrous infantry defender unit. The Sea Elemental finally makes an appearance after one line of lore. Everyone was very curious about what this was. A large monster to do a lot of damage. And finally, the Merworm comes in, being a unit that many people have been waiting for a long, long time. It's got a gorgeous model and it is super destructive. And finally, a big name makes his way as a legendary hero, Caradrian of the Flame. He is very, very good in close combat, as you can imagine, and buffs up your Phoenix Guard and also your Phoenixes to be much more destructive than they already were. But that's not all. The High Elves are getting a lot of changes. The technology tree, for example, has finally been updated, and it feels absolutely awesome now. And most importantly, Patrons of the Realm was introduced, not only giving you a reason to use your influence, but also this will get you powerful buffs for selected characters and giving you a way to confederate the other High Elven legendary lords. Confederation mechanics allow you to play Pokemon a little bit, and it's just much better. You don't have to worry about wasting time on confederating lords, but rather dealing with the enemies of Ulf 1. Tyrion gets a brand new mechanic in the form of Champion of Ulf 1, allowing him to get a variety of different buffs, very similar to that of Karl Franz's mechanic, but obviously styled around the High Elves. It's very good, and really it makes his campaign feel a lot more thematic as the heir of Anarion. Teclis is a big nerd. That's not the change, I just wanted to put it out there. But he also has a brand new mechanic, as you'll be able to pick up Scrolls of Knowledge using that new resource in the Secrets of the White Tower, allowing you to get powerful bonuses, like by turn 2 getting rank 18 Spellcaster Lords, having access to Cataclysm spells, and a host of other buffs. He feels absolutely awesome now, and since he's still right there dealing with Kairos, yeah, you can deal with him in a much better way. But don't worry, if you want to leave, you are more than able to teleport away back to Safari. And as expected, the Hiles also had updated skill branches, which is great as they were kind of lacking in a few areas. Now they're going to be a lot better to hold for heroes and lords. But that's not all, more changes are coming into the game. Tides of Torment will also give you the brand new Devotees of Slaanesh and the Druchii Anointed to Morathi, giving you a bunch more Slaanesh units if you want to theme your campaign around her very old school 6th edition, once again, army list. The Warriors of Chaos will get access to a lot of new units, with the Undivided getting access to the Bearmen, the Chimera, and also the Dreadmaw. This is going to be really cool for you to be able to field a few more warriors here. But most importantly, we get a win, boys. The Chaos Chosen of Slaanesh can be upgraded into the Champions of Slaanesh, which makes me incredibly happy. This is alongside being able to upgrade your Sorcerer Lords into Sorcerer Lords of Slaanesh, and also your Exalted Champions into Exalted of Slaanesh. We got some big times for Slaanesh, and this makes me want to run another full campaign with Azazel. And we can't talk about all this without talking about the Beastmen, the real winners of Warhammer 3, who've gotten access to Slangors, the Chimera, and the Praeton. I'm very thankful the Praeton and the Chimera share the same upgrade, so that way you'll be able to get more of each relatively quickly. Seriously, it's actually pretty funny that they were pretty bad during the early days of Warhammer, and now they're just getting toys pretty much all the time. It's great. And just like Joe Hendry, I believe in goat supremacy. Tides of Torment and Update 7.0 will be launching on the 4th of December. A big thank you once again to Creative Assembly for sponsoring this video, and let me know what you guys think about the DLC in the comments below. Have a great day everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon.